In one aspect or two, they are quite different from us, though, regarding their past, the things they lived and the things they lost, and regarding their future, their options and their rights. Let's talk about family reunification. Family reunification is eligible for refugees from all over the world who have family members that already got accepted in a European country. In theory, this sounds like a really reasonable scheme. It's protecting the family, it's protecting human rights, it's protecting children's rights. On a practical level, though, it only applies to very specific constellations of a family. And certain legal criteria must be met. And even though all criteria are met, the processes are incredibly slow. That the processes are so slow is due to different aspects. Sometimes it's bureaucracy, sometimes it's maladministration, and sometimes it's secret illegal agreements like the one between the German Federal Minister of the Interior de Maizière and his Greek colleague, reducing the numbers of people that can be reunited from Greece with their family members in Germany to 70 persons per month. As a consequence, this means that the last of the 2,000 people waiting in Greece to be reunited with their family members in Germany will need to wait for another 3 years. This is human beings we are talking about here. This could be us. This could be our wives. This could be our husbands. This could be our children. What do we think we are doing by actively preventing these families to be together? What will we face in 1 year, in 2 years, in 3 years when broken families try to reconnect? By preventing families to be together, we are actively sabotaging integration in European societies. I want to present you 2 cases. The first case is Sulaf, a woman from Syria, mother of 3 sons. She arrived with her minor son and her husband to Greece last March, and at this moment already 2 of her sons were in Germany, one of them a minor. Sulaf hoped that she could join her son as a minor because she and her husband and her son in Greece would be eligible for family reunification. But the processes are incredibly slow. She waited for 10 to 11 months, and at the moment of the interview, when she was able to hand in all the details about her case, her son in Germany had turned 18, and the hope to be reunited with her family died. Everything that is left for her is being relocated, maybe not to Germany, but another country. I talked with Sulaf last week in our project. I told her, Sulaf, I asked her if there's anything she wants to tell you. I think many times we are not aware of the truth that is hidden behind the numbers and statistics. So if you will listen now to Sulaf, try to really feel the full range of her words. Try to understand what the laws that are made in Europe mean to people. Try to see your mother in Sulaf. You're also going to hear her son, a young man in Germany trying hard to be a part of the German society, but without knowing what the future of his family will look like, the future of the people who know him since he was a child, the future of the people who shared what he experienced. With this fear, real integration will be impossible.
When we arrived to Greece, my program reunification, and every day feel yes, okay, tomorrow good because I hope go to my son to Germany because reunification I am exactly go to Germany. I think before, but now I am every day worry about this because my son become 18, and my interview very late, 10 months. 11 months in Katsika wait make interview, and very late, and when I go to Saloniki make interview tell us no reunification because my son become 18 cannot make this, and now relocation maybe go to Germany, not exactly, maybe go to another country. I am very worried and very sad and very angry. Why I cannot see my sons because now very important live with us because no have now anything. I lost all thing. Just I have no just my husband and my sons. I needed just no needed anything. No problem anything. Yes, I hope I hope now 1 year, 3 months here in Greece. And make interview 6 months finish interview in Saloniki office, asylum office. Yes, and wait every day. I hope, because without hope I cannot live. I hope.
Wie geht's dir mit dieser Situation, dass du aktuell nicht weißt, wann du deine Familie wieder siehst und ob sie überhaupt nach Deutschland kommen können?
Also so traurig und schwierig so für mich, weil ich weiß nicht, in welcher Zeit kann ich meine Familie wiedersehen und ich kann sie auch nicht besuchen. Einfach besuchen, vor kurzer Zeit darf ich noch auch nicht. Ich muss da wie ein Gefängnis warten und ich weiß nicht, wann die Zeit kommt, ob ich meine Familie wiedersehen kann oder nicht.
I think many times we don't allow ourselves to really fully open up and try to understand what is happening, because if we would understand, then it would be impossible for us to continue providing half-hearted solutions. It would be impossible for us to continue closing our eyes. It would be impossible for us to continue running away from responsibility. There's another case I would like to talk with you about, and it's the case of Mohammed. He's 14 years old and he's in Berlin. So in his case, he is still a minor. He and his family, stuck in Greece, they meet all the criteria. And they even got the papers that accept them to travel to Germany. Just the papers that actually are meant for them to travel, the traveling papers, they don't get them. There is a European regulation that says at least or maximum 6 months after somebody got his acceptance, within the next 6 months this person has the right to travel, needs to travel. But this family is stuck already for more than 8 months in Greece now, having received the acceptance. And the thing I want you to understand is that the people who already reached their country of destination, they are waiting just as much as their families stuck somewhere else for their safe future to begin. Let's talk about relocation. Up to now, as you heard, only a very low percentage of the commitment that was made by the member states of the European Union in 2015 was fulfilled. The processes take forever, and they don't take into account many important aspects, such as, for example, family ties beyond the first degree. So, for example, brothers and sisters over the age of 18 that are traveling together. And if you really think about this program, it's very narrow-minded, because it's eligible only for persons from a really small amount of countries. Most of the people we are working with in Greece have been stuck there for 1.5 years now. You may think, well, they can use this time to heal their wounds, to overcome their traumas. But there is no psychological support. You may think, well, then they may use this time to study and learn something. But there is no access to education. You may think, okay, well, then at least they use this time and prepare for the next chapter in their lives. For example, learning the language of their relocation country. But nobody knows to which country he or she will be sent to. Nobody knows which country to prepare for. Waiting is fatal. There are people who die waiting. There are people who lose a child waiting, like Abdallah, for example, a case that we got to know during the last year. His baby girl, Safa, 1.5 years old, suffering from a severe heart issue, would have urgently needed a transplant in Germany. And as she has a minor brother in Germany, her family was actually eligible for family reunification. But what did the German state do? They provided visa only for her parents, and not for her and her 2 minor siblings in Greece. So the German state said, okay, you as parents have the choice either to abandon your children in Greece and join the minor son in Germany, or you join the minor son, or you stay with your children in Greece and don't join your minor son in Germany, or after everything that you went through and you made it together to Europe, you split up as a couple. And they went for the last option. They split as a couple, and this is the reason why Safa's mother couldn't be with her when she died in Greece. This is the reason why Safa's mother couldn't say goodbye, why she couldn't attend the funeral of her baby girl. There are people who commit suicide while waiting. There are even children in Greece who try to kill themselves. There are people who get ill while waiting, physically ill due to the complete lack of medical care. There are people who get mentally ill. Like Zina, for example, a Yazidi woman who lived the genocide of Singar in 2014, where 5,000 people were killed and 7,000 people, women and children, were abused, were raped again and again as sex slaves. People whose lives are on hold look for solutions to keep their head over water. But there is no protection. There is nobody assuring their safety. There is nobody guarding their rights. And as there is so little protection and so little options, they are at high risk to be dragged into vicious circles of crime, of abuse, of slave work. We shouldn't forget where these people are coming from. We shouldn't forget what they lived, what they lost. They lost their homes. They lost their jobs. They lost family members and friends. But the useless time of waiting at European borders makes them lose hope, makes them lose strength, makes them lose themselves. Let's be honest. Thousands of lives are depending on decisions that European governments are making. And this is not because they are wiser or more capable. This is because they have the means. And this gives them power. But this also, as a consequence, means that it is within the power of the European governments to change things, to make processes more dignifying, to make processes more reasonable, to make processes more human. Not only in Europe people are waiting all over the world. All over the world there are people who lost everything, and the only thing that remains for them is hope. The only thing they can do is wait.